Hey guys, so just like yesterday, we're going to start today with kind of an exploration of a new rule involving exponents. Okay, so yesterday we talked about a rule for when you're multiplying them. Today what we're going to do is look at situations like this, where you have something raised to a power, and then that whole thing then raised to another power. Okay, so we call this power of a power or power to a power. Math people are not the most original. Okay, so similar to yesterday, we're just going to work through this exploration to kind of find a rule to make our lives much easier. Okay, so this first one here, we're seeing, all right, 10 to the third power, and then that raised to the second power. Okay, so we know exponents mean how many of these things are being multiplied. So 10 to the third is 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, this 2 is saying I have 2 of those. So 1, 2 of those. Okay, so it's 10 to the third power, then raised to the second power. So there's 2 of them. Okay, then since we know multiplication can either be written as the dot or parentheses next to each other, we see this is now 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And since these are all just repeated multiplication, I can count how many of them there are to write it more simply as 10 to the sixth power. Okay? So similarly, here I have 10 to the second power, so 10 times 10, and I have 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now, if I want to write that more simply as just a single power of 10, I'm just going to count how many 10s are actually being multiplied together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this can more simply be written as 10 to the 10th power. And it looks like my pen is not working. So let's get another one. Okay, now this next one, if you want to kind of go on your own, if you've figured out what's happening already, feel free. Okay, otherwise we're going to keep going. So this one, it looks like we have chunks of 10 to the third. Okay, so 10 to the third is what's being multiplied. But now we just have to see how many times is it being multiplied. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So the outside exponent would be 4. Now let's make sure this works. I have 10 to the third multiplied by itself 4 times. 10 to the third, 10 to the third, 10 to the third, 10 to the third. So we did that correctly, okay? Now, to get the single power of 10, I just have to count how many total 10s there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So my single power of 10 would be 10 to the 12th power. All right? Now at this point, I would ask that you guys attempt to do the rest on your own. And similar to yesterday, I would say you're allowed to skip one box. Wink, wink, hint, hint. You might want to skip this box, okay? But hopefully you can figure out why. So how can you then get from here to here if you don't need this expanded box? Okay, so I would pause the video and try and figure it out on your own. And when you're ready, hit play, and I'm going to finish it here, okay? So this one here is 10 to the fourth written twice. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. That's 10 to the fourth. And I have 2 of them being multiplied together. Okay? And then to get this final single power of 10, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So 10 to the 8th power. All right. Now I'm going to tell you you're allowed to skip this box, but you still have to answer this box. So how do we get this without knowing this? You should be seeing a pattern as to how you get from this to this, okay? Hopefully, you're seeing that all you have to do is keep the base the same and multiply the exponents. Okay, so let's check out and see if that works. This first one, base is the same. 3 times 2 is 6, so that works. Second one, base is the same. 2 times 5 is 10. That one works. Base is 10, 3 times 4 is 12. And then down here, base is 10, 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so that actually is going to be our new rule for today. So keeping that in mind, over here, the base is going to stay 10, and 8 times 11 is 88. So instead of writing 88 tens, we can actually just skip to over here. Okay? So this is kind of the exploration for this lesson. Now you're going to jump to the next video, which will take you through the actual lesson. So you're going to need your Module 1 book, and you're going to start in on Lesson 3. Okay? All right. Good luck, guys. And now just go tune into the second video.